so I can show you the filtration in the back, which I'm going to get to. That's just an RODI hose right now for the top off for evaporation. So basically the way this works, like I said, it's an all-encompassing unit. You know, the front half is the actual main display. It's got dual overflows on each side. It's also got dual returns. When it goes into overflow, it goes into this little kind of latch on. As you can see, all I have on here is the mechanical filtration. I don't have anything else. You know, it's to catch the particles, and that basically just hooks right onto there. And that's where the water overflows. You know, it's kind of, yeah, it kind of slides, but pretty much for the most part stays where it should. Anyway, it flows into there, into this chamber, it goes down and then up into this chamber here, and it's that way on each side. So you basically have kind of a U-shaped that comes up and up. You can see the diagrams on mine if you want, but yeah, that's why the water level is pretty much fixed. You can raise it, but you have to raise it up in here to where it's, you know, up over this. There's a lip right here into this second chamber that flows over into the return. Now, this is what I don't understand. Somebody out there may be able to understand why they decided to do this, but I mean, like I said, you got the baffling system. You got the overflow that goes into the first chamber, which is the filtration mechanical. There's a couple of blocks that you can put into this, as far as you know, GFO blocks and also carbon blocks that you can get replacements for. But it flows in the second chamber, flows up over, and then there's, you know, then you have the return area. Now you'd think that the return area is just from here to here, but it's not. Because like I said, these two chambers don't go all the way down to the bottom. It's like a U shape that's connected on to the side of the back. You know, so you have this area, then you have this area over to here, underneath these baffles that go back into there. Now, I don't understand the purpose of that myself. It just seems like that's a huge detritus area trap that you can't get into to clean, because this area is small, see? I mean, you can't even, if I flatten my hand out, I can reach down there, you know, finagle the pump, barely. But, you know, there's no, I don't see any point to why it would do that. You know, it would go underneath, I guess, just water volume, and they gotta, you know, water's gotta go somewhere, but it just seems like they can, I don't know, it just seemed like they could make these go down further so it would be easier to set things in. Because this thermometer, I mean, it's a tiny little 50 watt thermometer that I have in the first chamber, and that's on the bottom, and it still sticks up. So when I go to throw a skimmer on here, you know, like the nano skimmers, they're very, very, very touchy as far as water level goes, and there ain't nothing going in here unless you get crazy goofy with the plumbing somehow for the return. But what you basically got is you got two chambers that you could utilize for a skimmer if you want to hang it on the back here or on the side, which takes away from the whole look of it being sleek, and you know, so you just concentrate on what's inside here instead of looking at all the equipment hanging on there, which I don't want. I wanted just a nice, sleek, easy aquarium. But there has to be a skimmer on here. That's just, you know, there's no way around that. So, when I do get a skimmer, I'm gonna have to, I'm looking at probably the Aquatic Life, that little mini skimmer. That should, the dimension wise, it'll fit in there perfectly. I'm just worried about water level. So I'll have to see what happens when that comes to it. But yeah, that's your filtration. Like I said, these things pull out the blocks that you have are these. You got carbon. This is GFO block here, and then those two are carbons. These are just the drawer trays that slide into there. Well, take this out real quick. Okay, it's just a box. This tray in the back slides off. It's a door, and then you slide that other tray in there. Then you got 3 areas that you can utilize for the filtration. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. These are just the old clamps from the lights that were on here. Right now they're pointless. I could just take them off, but I was keeping them on there to hold the RODI hose on there right now when I fill up with fresh water for top off. And right now I don't have an automatic top off, which I will be adding. Like I said, when I set up tanks, the main thing I set up for, and it gives you an idea of which, how you want to aquascape stuff. You can move stuff around. You don't have to worry about livestock that you're going to disrupt. That's why I do a real slow cycling. 3 months of absolutely nothing, no lights, no chemical filtration. All it is mechanical, just for flow. And then you rinse the sponges off and put them back in. Then after that, then I add the lights, then I put all the other filtration on there, which at that time I'll probably use those blocks until they exhaust. And then go from there. But yeah, I might be upgrading the pump, because that's, like I said, that's a 211 gallon an hour pump. I might bump it up to like 300 or something. It's like another high door pump, mini pump or something like that goes in there, that are actually much smaller footprint but more powerful. So it might give me a little bit more room if I finagle the hoses. And that way I can put the skimmer into this section. But if you fill water up, if you want to fill the water to make it higher than that lip, you gotta obviously fill the water level up in here to where it's going to be over that baffle and up in this area, so you can get the water level high, which takes away from the whole natural skimming effect, not effect, of the way the system works. Flows down, up, and then over, so you have you always have constant water movement going back down into the return, which I don't know, it just seems goofy why they limit you with water level in those two. But work around it. Right now I'm liking it. Water movement on the top's pretty good, and that's just with the flare nozzles. And like I said, if I just upgrade the pump towards 300, it'll get even more flow through. And for a nano tank like this, I think that's more important than flow going inside the tank. Like a bigger tank, you need obviously a whole lot more flow inside. Smaller tanks like this, it's all about turnover rate, so you don't have any crap inside the tank, and of course your water changes. But the main thing is turnover rate in small tanks, so you can keep that freshness going through. But anyway, this is probably way fucking longer than I wanted it to be, but that's mainly the guts of this. As I add things to it, like I said, if I do the spin streams on here, which I doubt, but if I do, I'll let you know when I get a skimmer, and I'll let you know. Of course, that's not going to be for quite some time. Like I said, the next thing is going to be the lights. I got the ISO all ready to go. There's going to be no drilling in the walls or anything like that. It's got a glass canopy, so that AI is going to be sitting around the glass, so I'm going to be turning it obviously way down. And yeah, once I add some stuff, I'll start telling you what my plans are as far as livestock I'm putting in here. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys the quickie. Round 2 it's seated, and now it's just going to cycle and get the fauna in there that it needs to be self-sustaining-ish. So I will chat at you guys later. Thanks.